Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in today to the Yin and Yang Asset Management podcast. So on today's episode, we wanted to dive in a little bit about friendly competition, right? So we have obviously the on-sites are going to be, we want to keep them motivated. They're going to have daily tasks to leasing is a big part of that task, right? So today we wanted to see how we could motivate as asset managers to the team to create that friendly competition. So we're going to dive in a little bit about leasing velocity, how we're going to create tours, how we're going to get phone calls, how we're going to get leases at the end of the day. So Cindy has a great example that she's going to be sharing with us as well. So actually, let's start off with a little bit about that example that you just had not too long ago, and then I can kind of fill in as well on some of the things that I've done as well in my past. So
for leasing up?
Let's talk about lease up. Did you have something recently that kind of a good example for that?
We did. Oh, it was so spot on. So we had some vacancies, and it was summertime. This was just last month that we wanted to really fill those vacancies with quality residents. So, we have them coming in. We had quite a bit. And we decided that we were going to do a 200 gift card raffle.
Yeah.
So any lease that was signed in the month of June, their name went into a raffle. And we pulled a card, and that lease got a $200 gift card.
So just to clarify, so what you did is you have your team that is actively taking phone calls, making tours, and then ultimately trying to lease. So when that leasing person got the lease, super excited, they put their name in a bucket of some sort.
Right. The resident's
name in a bucket.
Yep.
And then at some point in time,
at the end of the month, just a few days ago, they pulled, and the resident they pulled got a $200 gift card.
Wow, that's awesome.
Do you want to know how many leases
I was going to say, okay, so first, before
we spent $200.
You spent $200, right?
We spent
But
$200.
before we go into that, I want to take a moment back. What was your leasing velocity before that?
We were getting 3 and 4 a month.
Okay.
So but we had vacancies, we had some evictions, and we had turned those units, and we were ready. I mean, these are units that have been upgraded, flooring, appliances, everything. It was a beautiful, and so we wanted to fill those up.
You needed to fill those up, right? So think about it this way. You're spending all this money and getting these units ready. Yes. And now if they're sitting vacant, they're not making any money. You're losing money. So you thought outside the box, hey, let's create this incentivization with a friendly competition, hence the episode. So everybody gets their leases, the residents get to put their name in. And so grand finale, how many leases did that create for you guys?
10.
10?
10.
And in the period of the month, right?
1 month.
1 month.
Month of June, 10 leases.
And you more than doubled your average.
Yeah. Oh, way.
Yeah, way double. Because you're averaging 3 to 4, and now you got more than double.
Yeah.
And that. And it's so silly because, not silly, but it's fantastic that it really only costs you $200.
And it cost us $20 a door. I mean, you have to look at your marketing budget and how much is it costing us.
Exactly.
$200 gift card, 10 doors.
Right.
$20 a door.
$20. And so we talked a little bit offline about, it doesn't necessarily have to be a gift card, right?
No.
There were some other ideas. Can you share about that?
Yeah, so we talked about whether we should do a TV. Would we want to do a TV? Because you can get a TV for $200 at a big box.
Yeah, exactly.
And so what the question is what's our demographic? What are our residents going to want? And we had leases that were families, and they would rather have a gift card to get whatever they need instead of a TV. If your demographic's more college, I think a TV would be great.
And is that particular decision, was that your decision, or was that something you put on somebody else?
Why? Well, I talked to the property management and just said, let's talk about what our demographics are and what do you think would bring the most value? Because, I mean, we could give away, buckets of popcorn.
Right.
It's no value.
Exactly.
So we want to give them something. So we talked about, would it be more value to have a TV or more value to have a $200 gift card? And they said, yeah, they thought a $200 gift card would do it.
Yeah.
And when I talked with the on-site, I asked her specifically, do you feel that having the $200 gift card increased your vacancies? No.
Occupancy.
Yeah.
And yep.
Did you feel like the $200 gift card helped incentivize residents to choose our property when they were making that decision? And she said, absolutely.
I think it's so important because at the end of the day, Cindy and we have an option as asset managers to say, this is my decision and you're going to follow it. Or you're smart and you listen to the property management group or the on-site team that knows that demographic. So Cindy took the time and said, hey, you know what? I'm not from this particular market. You know the market better than me. What are your thoughts? And it's going to put less work on you. It's less guesswork, and you're going to put help. It's going to feel like a partnership between you and the on-site as well.
Oh, yeah, because we listen to them.
And we listen to them, exactly. And so, Cindy might have had an idea like, oh, shoot, let's go get a 75-inch screen. Well, that could have cost them $750, $1,000 something. But you got away with a $200 gift card because you listened to your on-site. They said that would work. And obviously, it created more than double your leasing velocity. You got 10 leases out of it. Somebody's extremely happy. It gets the blood flowing on your on-site. And so now, guess what? They know they can get 10 leases. And so you gotta hold them accountable and say, guys, you did 10 leases before. Let's do it. It doesn't always have to be a $200 gift card. It's just making sure you hold them accountable and say, it's been done before. Because now they can say, well, I can't do that. I don't have a gift card. Did it really matter it was a gift card? No, it's just you had an incentivization to push harder, right? So friendly competitions can be a very good thing. When you have, let's say you have a larger asset, we talked about that a little bit earlier as well. So if you have a leasing team, there's nothing wrong with putting a big old, I like to do the thermometer on the wall. And so we have a goal, and you could put two thermometers per se. It's like, okay, we have a goal of 7 leases. But Andrew, I only average 2 or 3. Well, that's the whole point of a goal, right? You want to reach, stretch yourself. I always have an expression, you want to reach for the stars, and if you hit the moon, hey, you're not going to be mad either, right? So give your teams the bragging rights. It doesn't have to be a monetary gift. It doesn't have to be something of expense. It could just be bragging rights, friendly competition. So for example, I put up the thermometers and I say, every time you get a lease, I want you to fill this in. Well, guess what? When they get that lease, they're going to want to, first thing they're going to do is they're going to go to the back office and they're going to fill in that little section like, I got one. And it's like, okay, and then, what are you going to do today, Cindy? Well, okay, I got you. Don't worry, Andrew. I'm going to come back. And then boom, I got one. And then what happens is now the manager is going to get involved. They're like, hey, what's going on? Cindy's ahead of you too, Andrew. No, that's today. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get 3 today. And then boom. So now because at the end of the day, if there's no follow-up, there's no incentivization, there's no bragging rights, they're just going to, truthfully, they're just going to sit back and relax and just wait. But then all of a sudden, now you have this fire in your belly and this momentum. And so like, no, I can't let Cindy beat me. Like she's had bragging rights all last month, not this month. And so friendly competition can be actually a very healthy thing. And it could also be a collective team effort as well. So we did talk about that a little bit earlier today, where let's say you don't necessarily, well, Andrew, I don't have a big team. It's a small asset. And we only have one person, let's say admin, and one person who's maintenance. Okay, we'll make it a collective thing. Collectively, we want to create a winning environment. People love to win and accomplish things as goals together. So, hey guys, I know your average has been 2 leases a month, 3 leases a month. I feel like we could hit 7 because you're looking at your reporting as asset management and you realize, oh shoot, yeah, we're sitting pretty at this 95% occupancy, but what happens with all those NTVs that are going to start coming in, right? You already got the NTVs. So now you're going to notice on your 8-week average.
Wait, what's an NTV?
Okay, an NTV is a notice to vacate. So thank you for letting me know that.
And you get that 30 or 60 days. Depends.
Depends, exactly.
So you are able to project.
Yes, exactly. So for me, what I like to do, I don't know, you can share your perspective. What I like to do is I used to tell my team, hey guys, look at the renewals that are coming up. You kind of know who's been here for a while and who you feel is that, you know what, I'm looking to buy a home, or I'm gonna move, I got a job transfer. You can kind of forecast who's gonna be moving out, right? So now you already know, hey, we're sitting pretty at 95, but we already know we're gonna get 3 notice to vacates this month or another 4 next month. So now you're gonna be trending down. So you really gotta ramp up that friendly competition and get those leases backfilled, so then you can recover from it. And if you don't, that 95 that you're sitting pretty is now gonna say 93, 90, 87, and then now you're in a world of trouble. You're already behind the ball.
Yeah.
So as asset managers, you need to be looking ahead of it. You need to be kind of like looking in your crystal ball and say, okay, what's coming and what can we do about it now? And that friendly competition can really help you out with that.
And I think it's, especially if it's small,
Yep.
it's important for them to all be on board. Like,
Yes.
we are looking to lease up. We need to do 7.
Absolutely.
So, if the maintenance is out having lunch and someone's talking about they need a place to live, they know, oh yeah, we have vacancies. Like, we are trying to get
Exactly.
it. Word of mouth, people
Yeah.
talking.
Something that maintenance would tell me while I was on site, well, Andrew, I don't lease. Well, what can a maintenance person do to make sure that they are contributing? And at the end of the day, we talk about we are fishermen. We teach people how to fish, not just give them the fish. But I like to put it back on them. So maintenance, what are some of the roles and responsibilities that you have to make sure that those new prospects are coming in? They're like, well, I can make sure I can have a nice clean plate vacant. Exactly. What else? Oh, I can make sure that the property looks really good. Great. That's how you're going to contribute. You're not necessarily always the one with going out and giving the tours or answering the phone calls, but you can make sure when somebody's walking by through the property, hi, good morning, how are you doing today? Now I feel very welcomed and I feel, wanting to live there versus like, oh my gosh, this place is horrible. Nobody talks to me. It's not very, so never let a maintenance person tell you they're not contributing to the leasing velocity. That's false. They're just being lazy and they're not thinking through things. You can challenge them and once again tell them, hey, absolutely, that vacant that you did, give them a high five, give them a pounded fist and be like, good job, that looks really good and it looks amazing. I know the next person lives there who's going to be really happy.
And at the end of the month, everyone gets lunch.
Exactly. And you can do friendly things like lunches. Yeah. You can do, Starbucks for the team. You can do pizza for the team or something like that. So it's a collective effort. So don't let them tell you that they can't contribute regardless of the position. If they're administrative and they're doing paperwork, guess what? You got to make sure all the applications are in process, the background checks. You can do that. If they're maintenance, you can challenge them and say, hey, make sure those vacates look good. I'm going to do a white glove test. I love to do white glove tests. So I go in there and I look and I do my glove and I'm like, all right, I see you, Jose, or I see you, Maria, or I see you, Sandy, whoever their names are. You did a great job. I'm really proud of you. And that's something called intrinsic motivation. And we're going to go over that a little bit on another episode for the leadership style. But yes, so everyone can do a great job. Everyone can be contributing to the friendly competition. And so thanks for tuning in today. Is there anything else you want to add for that? Like, comment, put in the comments what other topics that you're looking to do. So thank you so very much for tuning in to the Yin and Yang Asset Management episode today, and happy leasing. Bye.